Hello! Today we're going to make Thing from the new show Wednesday.
The first step to make Thing is to make a mold of my hand. I used alginate, a skin-safe mold-making material. I mixed equal parts alginate and water and stirred it with my hand. I made small batches and worked very quickly because you don't have a lot of time until it sets. I poured all of these small batches into a tall container so it would be able to mold all the way up to my wrist. I dunked my whole hand in and stirred it around to try to make sure to get all the details. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes to set, and then I removed my hand. I had to be careful to not break the mold as I was pulling it out. I used EcoFlex 20 to cast the hand in. I poured the A side into a container and pigmented it with silicone pigment. I used this peachy color first and a little bit of white. If I did it again, I would have used a lot more white and a lot less of the peach color. Then I added flocking fiber in red, blue, and white. These will give the illusion of small capillaries and veins and other discoloration that's natural in skin. Now I added the B side. This is a 1-to-1 mixture, so I just had to make sure I put the same amount of A as B. But I mixed it well and I poured it into the mold. I rotated the mold a little bit to make sure to get any trapped bubbles out of the fingers. And I tapped the sides. Took about an hour to set, and then I demolded the hand. You can see it already looks pretty good, but it needs a little bit of patching and then paint work. So I'm using skin tight silicone to patch. That's probably not ideal, but it's what I had on hand. So I mixed it up to the same basic shade that I had already used, and then I used a tiny spatula to fill in little holes and gaps in the hand. I used a construction sponge to add some texture as the silicone was setting. Here I'm trimming the edge of the wrist, and then I'm adding silicone to the hand where Thing has the stitches. I wanted to add a sort of raised cut look. And then I added more silicone to the wrist because in the show it's pretty kind of round. Now I'm using more silicone pigment mixed with dragon skin to paint it. Ideally you would use Psycho Paint, which is a silicone based paint, but I didn't have any, so I just essentially made very small batches of silicone mixed with pigment to use as paint. So I dabbed it onto the hand and then I smeared it around to thin it out. I used red, blue, and white again, and here's a little yellow, alternating with a brush and then dabbing it with a sponge to give it a little bit of the skin texture back. Here I added a little bit of cornstarch to the hand when I was finished painting because the hand was super shiny, and also I wanted it to be a little bit whiter. So now I'm putting the stitches into Thing. I used the actual needle and thread to do this to start, and it was taking a very long time, so I found this other process where I punched the threads in the same way you would punch hair in. Like right here I'm punching hair. And the thread punching was much faster. And here it is, the final hand. I hope you guys like it.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Please think about liking and subscribing, and leave a comment about what you think I should make next. Thank you!